I'm your host, Logan193. You're joining me for Veil of Secrets, Chapter 3. The Powers That Be. So you found Kate's veil abandoned in the woods, and you were sure she'd been kidnapped. That's right. You were worried. Wouldn't you be? We're not talking about me. What did you do next? What anyone would do. I went to the police. To Chief Walsh? Yep. You don't sound very happy about that. Oh, believe me, I'm not. It's 'cause Chief Walsh is a piece of shit. Come on, skip a little faster. Come on now. With your best friend Kate's mud-splattered veil clutched in your fist, you and Deputy Naomi Silverhawk head directly to the Birchport police station. You're determined that this new evidence will convince the police chief to investigate Kate's disappearance. Deputy Jeff Duffy is near the door, brewing a pot of coffee, glances your way as you enter. Oh, the chief isn't taking... The two of you barrel past you towards Chief Walsh's desk. He glares straight at you. You again. Sir, we found clear evidence of foul play at the Sterling estate. And why were you investigating that scene? Didn't I tell you everything to go back to the station, including you, Silverhawk? Yes, Chief, but John shared a piece of information with me that prompted... John? Who the hell is John? I am. Maybe you remember me better as you again? And why are you interfering with my investigation, John? Because you aren't investigating. You couldn't get out of there fast enough. Kate is missing, and you didn't even search the grounds. As a reporter for the New York Herald, it's pretty clear to me that you had no interest in actually figuring out what was going on. A reporter? Deputy Silverhawk, why are you fraternizing with reporters? Do you know what fraternizing means, you imbecile? You know the rules. I could fire you for this. Do it. Fire me. And if, when, whatever happened to Kate comes to light, enjoy the blowback for quashing an active investigation. Walsh exhales heavily, glaring first at Naomi, then you. Chief, I wouldn't waste your time. You need to see the new evidence we uncovered. You hold up the veil, now on an evidence bag. The trampled peach rosettes seem especially forlorn under the station's glaring fluorescent lights. It's Katie's veil. We found it in the deep woods behind the Sterling mansion. Walsh reaches out to take the veil from you. It was right next to some fresh tire tracks. A car had taken off when we arrived on the scene. Don't you see? Kate's been kidnapped. Every second counts. Walsh fingers the veil, mulling over your arguments. Yep. You agree? He laughs. Oh, heck no. Glad you have had some fun playing Hardy Boys, but as a real detective, I see far more likely explanation. Let me guess. She threw the veil out of the car window as she was driving away with her new boyfriend. Oh, really? What's that? Isn't it obvious? Your bride ran off with another man. Had him meet her out in the woods so she wouldn't have to face the consequences, or the Sterlings. The veil fell off, but what does she care at this point? Am I right? We can't determine any of that from evidence. Chief Welch, you really need to send a forensic team out to the woods. Think about who you're protecting here. Is it just some misplaced sense of loyalty, or is someone paying you to cover it up? Maybe the Sterlings got rid of Kate and you're keeping it their secret. I'm going to blow this whole thing wide open. Walsh slow claps as you wind down. Nice performance. No, really. You should give up reporting and go into acting. If 24 hours go by and there's no sign of her, by all means, come back and file a missing persons report. Till then, I'm going to need you to leave me and my officers alone. We got real police work to do. Dunkin' Donuts planning on delivering a 12-pack of donuts to you? Deputy Duffy clears his throat awkwardly. Sir, maybe we should... Don't even start with me, Duffy. Isn't there an empty coffee pot somewhere that needs you? I'm not gonna go with the donuts line again. I'm not gonna do it. I'm trying really hard not to. Yes, sir. But the evidence could be contaminated if we... Drop it, Silverhawk, or I'll suspend your ass. Don't. She's just doing her job. Her job isn't listening to some highfalutin New York reporter. That's whatever I damn well tell her it is. Speaking of, Silverhawk, you're on traffic detail downtown. Bring your sunglasses. I hear it's a scorcher out there. I'm warning you. If anything happens to Kate, her blood will be on your hands. Walsh sniffs. Jesus Christ. And waves you away. You head towards the exit. Naomi trails after you. Maybe they all died. Maybe the 4 homicides were deaths by sniffing. I'm sorry, John. It's not your fault, Naomi. You did everything you could. Not yet, I haven't, but I will. We'll find Kate. I promise. You flash her a quick smile and step outside before Chief Walsh can start chewing her out again. Just as you're about to call a cab when a fancy black car squeals to a halt in front of you, Bryce leans over the center console to whip the passenger door open. Get in, now! Fine, I wanted to talk to you anyway. I have some questions for you about Kate. You don't get to ask questions, John. It's my family she's destroying. Now get in! You barely have a chance to close the door behind you before Bryce speeds off down the winding path towards the manor. Is this fun for you? Making more drama for my family? Is making drama? Kate's missing. Why am I the only one that seems to care about that? He snorts dismissively. God damn it, their snorting and sniffing is triggering me. She bolted when she realized she couldn't cut it. Case closed, Sherlock. That's not what happened. Naomi and I found... You know, if I wanted to hear your half-baked conspiracy theories, I'd ask, doesn't anyone teach people like you that little social cue? Fine. Am I allowed to at least ask where you're taking me? Or would that be a dreadful fox boss? Father wants to talk to you. You fall silent, half fuming, half curious as to why Pierce Sterling would summon you like this. Also, half curious why he knew we were at the police station, too. Bryce pulls into a long drive and squeals to a stop in front of the imposing entrance. Follow me! Bryce weaves his way through the mansion to what must be Pierce's study. Behind the mahogany desk is a glass case containing several incredibly detailed scale models of ships. Their designs spanning hundreds of years of seafaring. Wait here. You can't help but admire other antiques in the study, ship instruments, flintlock pistols, and books dating back to the 1700s. Hello, John. Pierce enters the room. He extends his hand, and you take it. He gestures towards a ship in the case in front of you. I see this one has drawn your eye. I suppose. It's a scale model of the Endurance, the vessel my ancestor, Magus Sterling, captained to this country. Seems like the Sterling history with Birchport goes back quite the ways. The Sterlings put Birchport on the map, John, literally. Just a few years, Magnus transformed it from a row of decrepit beach shacks to thriving port town. Without us, well, this place wouldn't exist. He gestures to a frame containing 2 maps, one labeled 1609 and the other 1655. Birchport only appears in the second map, which marked trading routes flowing from the town to Europe and beyond. That, it's truly impressive. Yes, it is, and we continue to be the driving force behind Birchport's prosperity. We're almost single-handedly responsible for maintaining the port, the shops downtown, and everything that keeps this town from withering on the vine. You know what they say, with great power comes great responsibility. My family's responsibility is evident in the new library, the theater, the parks.
We've always taken care of people in Birchport, and they know we always will.
I see.
Just remember, John, you're here in Birchport as our guest. And a guest should know better than to pry in their host's affairs.
Uh-huh. If that's how you feel, take my stay off your tab. Yeah, I'm gonna stick my ground. Take my stay off your tab.
Excuse me?
You heard me. I'll pay my own way.
Well, surely there's no need to...
Oh, but there is. If pretending nothing happened to Kate is one of the conditions, then I shouldn't stay here as your guest.
You're making a colossal mistake, John. One which you apparently refuse to decede from. I'll have the woman who owns the B&B switch the account to you at once.
Please do. You're interrupted by a knock at the door.
Yes?
Margaret Sterling strides in, nodding courteously to you before she turns to her husband. Pierce, something's come up concerning Tanner. I'm afraid it's urgent.
How foolish of me, thinking I could at least had one son I could count on. Please excuse us, John. We should discuss this somewhere more private.
Glances meaningful at Margaret, who nods curtly.
I'm sure you can show yourself out.
Of course. I hope Tanner's alright. The Sterlings leave the room. You glance around at all the cabinets, drawers, shelves, all the nooks and corners where anything might be hiding. I could take a quick look around. Who knows what I might turn up.
Don't worry, it's gonna be diamonds.
Head out. A clock in the hallway chimes, the ring loud and piercing like a warning bell. Cast one last glance around the room, wishing Kate were there to help. I should get out of here. You exit the Sterling study and find yourself in a long, open hallway, but you can't remember which way you came in. This place is even bigger than I thought. You peek inside a door to your left, hoping you'll recognize something. An entire room dedicated to sports trophies? Who knew there were that many lacrosse tournaments? Ever. What are you still doing here? It'd be nice if they actually, like, you heard a female voice go. You turn, Margaret Sterling is standing behind you, one eyebrow arched, her hands on her hips. Thank goodness you're here. I'm totally lost. In our house, or just in this world. Judging by your friendship with Kate, I'm guessing both apply. As I'm... You know what? No, we're not doing this. I want to get a bucket of water and pour it on her or drop a house, because she's a wicked witch of the West. There you go. How gracious of you. Forgive me. That was classless. It's just... I really tried with Kate. I took her under my wing. For her to repay all that effort this way by humiliating my entire family, it's almost too much to endure. You can't believe she just left, can you? I know you want to think best of your friends, but there are things you don't know. Like what? She and Tanner were having issues. What? She never mentioned them. I'm sure she wouldn't. It must have been embarrassing for her. They both tried, of course. In the end, though, maybe they were just too different. Perhaps I should be grateful and ended this way. At least there won't be a divorce. Those are always so distasteful and costly. A maid appears behind you. Margaret visibly stiffens. Now, if you'll excuse me, John, is it? Yes. Maria, would you please show John to the front door? Apparently it's easy to lose one's way at Sterling Manor. The maid leads you outside. The air is brisk, and you cannot help but shiver slightly as a cold breeze passes over you. I don't care what anyone says. Kate, I know you wouldn't just run off. I'll find you. The maid disappears inside just as your phone rings. Hello? Hey, it's Grant. This is John, right? Grant, how'd you get my number? Let's just say Miss, Harlaney isn't exactly a tough nut to crack. But let's not dwell on devious number-sleuthing skills. How are you holding up? Honestly, it's been a hell of a day. I'm more sure than ever that something's happened to Kate, but I can't seem to get the chief to take me seriously. I asked around a bit, just to see if anyone had heard anything else, but so far all I've turned up is a lot of dead ends. Thanks for trying, Grant. It means a lot to me. Of course, Kate's my friend too, after all. Anyway, since I can offer you a lead, maybe I can take your mind off things for a bit. I'm down at the marina. Birchport's Festival of the Ships is going on right now. It's a little corny, but it's actually a lot of fun. Well, I could use a break. Your friend is missing, and you want to take a goddamn break for a Diamond Edition to spend 5 minutes with Grant. Okay. That means you'll join me, right? Dinner's on me, and I promise if there's one thing you can count on is rich seaside towns for, it's a great meal. That, and we can talk about what's going on with Cade. This is your chance to get closer with Grant and learn more about Cade. Is there not one book where we're trying to screw somebody? Like, I'm serious. Just one mystery book. Just one great mystery and suspense book. Just come on. Well, sorry, Grant. It's just, I need to focus on Kate right now. It's okay, I get it. Before you go, I have to ask, do you think Kate just ran off? No. Kate had her flaws, sure. But she loved Tanner. I don't think she'd leave him like that. Unless what? Unless something made her change her mind about Tanner. Like, what? Nothing specific. I'm just playing devil's advocate, I guess. My lawyer side's coming out. Grant trails off, and you can hear strains of jazz in the background. You feel a pang, wishing you could be there, spending time with him. I wish we could find our friend Kate, but I digress. I'm sure you're busy. I'll let you go. Before you go, I think you should know something. Cue the suspenseful, eerie music. I feel like Deadpool when I do that. I didn't say anything earlier. Well, Tanner's my friend, but the other day Kate called me over to her apartment. She was upset. Wait, Kate has an apartment? I thought she lived with the Sterlings. She did, mostly, but she kept her own apartment. She'd go there whenever she needed space. Oh my god. I've got to get over there. Like, right now. Where is it? Here, I'll send you her address. Let me know how it goes, yeah? It's a promise. You hang up and rush over to the address Grant sent you. A little while later, you arrive at the modest apartment building. You walk up to Kate's unit and try the front door. Of course it's locked. Why didn't I think of that? Though it is a pretty safe neighborhood. Maybe Kate left a window open in back? As you're around the corner of the building, you spot a man dressed in all black and wearing a ski mask. Before you say anything, he smashed a crowbar through Kate's back window. Oh my god. Cue cliffhanger. Who's the man in the ski mask? What is he doing breaking in the gates? Will you call the police, or will you handle him one-on-one? Mano a mano. Or mano a mano, whatever the hell. So this week, that was super short. You know, unless you spent time with Grant. Which, what, gave you another 5 minutes, maybe? Maybe 7? If you were lucky. You know, if you were me reading. Otherwise, if you're just click, 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 maybe 2 minutes. With that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Head down script from below, links to our social media, our Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. So we're done with choices, right? At least we're done with, whatchamacallit. I'm gonna try working on some Diamond Editions. Keep in mind, I also am working on, oh my god, I'm working on Vampire. I'm working on, Detroit Becomes Human replay. I'm working on a lot of other content as well, a lot of other apps, a lot of story-bound things, some private projects, some personal issues. my own personal life, my job. Oh my god, so yeah. And then also recovering from whatever this is. And I actually ended up because of Anthony um Bonaire's suicide. And this makes a second celebrity in what, a week that has taken their life. I posted something on my Twitter and actually our Discord about it. I'll probably post it on Facebook too if you follow me there. It's a really deep thought from a person, myself, of course, who has suffered with depression most of my life. And pretty much what my post says sums it up. I'm not going to go over it again at the end of the video, but um, yeah, you should take a read. And I think it's time that a lot of people sit down and have a completely different discussion because it's things that people don't talk about. Um, so if you or someone um, suffers with depression, you should probably maybe take a read, take a gander at it because it's quite deep. And it was something that took me a bit to think on and to dive deep into my feelings and things that you just never hear about. You just never see covered about depression and things like that. So um, it just is something that really sucks. So without further ado, thank you all for watching. And I hope you're all having a good day. If not, I hope it gets better. And until next time, stay well, stay awesome, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.